They were supposed to be crushed in weeks. But Ukraine didn't just survive, they fought back, with laptops, code and cyber attacks that made the world stop and stare. So how did this small nation become one of the biggest cyber powers on Earth? Ukraine wasn't always known for its hackers, coders and digital warfare. But after years of cyber attacks, disinformation and real war, something changed. They turned their pain into power. Today, Ukrainian cyber units are not just defending their country, they're rewriting the rules of modern warfare, and what they're doing is changing the world. It started long before 2022. For years, Ukraine was the testing ground for Russia's cyber warfare. Power grids shut down, banks frozen, media taken over, hospitals offline. It wasn't just annoying, it was life-threatening. December 2015, a normal winter night in Ukraine. Suddenly, over 230,000 people lost power. Not because of snow, because of hackers. The country had just become the first in history to have a power outage caused by a cyber attack. And it didn't stop there. The next year, 2016, it happened again. But this time, it was bigger, more advanced. They even hit the central control systems. By 2017, a virus called NotPetya spread from Ukraine to the rest of the world. At first, it looked like ransomware. But it wasn't about money. It was designed to destroy everything it touched. It took out shipping giants like Maersk. It slammed FedEx. It caused over $10 billion in damage globally. And guess where it started? A Ukrainian accounting software update. That's how deep this war went. That's how much Ukraine was under fire. So they did what most countries don't even think of. They fought back with brains, code, and one of the most unexpected cyber armies in the world. After years of being attacked, Ukraine realized something. The battlefield wasn't just land, sea, or air, it was data. And whoever controlled the data, controlled the war. So in 2014, after Russia's annexation of Crimea, Ukraine started to seriously invest in cyber defense. They didn't have the budgets of the US or China. They didn't have the infrastructure of the EU. But they had one thing that changed everything. A massive pool of underground tech talent. Hackers, programmers, IT students, gamers. All of them had something in common. They were angry, and they were ready to fight. By 2022, something incredible happened. When Russia launched its full-scale invasion, Ukraine didn't just call up its soldiers, it called up its coders. They announced the creation of the IT Army of Ukraine, a volunteer cyber force made up of hundreds of thousands of people. Within days, 300,000 volunteers joined from around the world. This wasn't just hackers in hoodies, it was full-blown, organized digital warfare. Coordinated on Telegram, updated by the hour, target lists posted, attack missions assigned, and people took action, fast. They didn't need to wear uniforms, they didn't need weapons, they only needed Wi-Fi and a laptop. For years, Ukraine was on the defense, but now, they were striking back. Targets included Russian state websites, propaganda news outlets, train control systems, bank satellite communications, even the Russian Ministry of Defense website was brought down. Hacktivist groups like Anonymous joined in. But Ukraine's IT army wasn't just random attacks. They had clear missions, clear goals, and devastating impact. Ukraine also mastered something many overlook: digital PR. They didn't just fight online, they told the world what was happening in real time. From President Zelensky's video messages to viral posts exposing Russian war crimes to real-time footage of resistance, they won the narrative war. Tech companies took notice. Elon Musk's Starlink provided emergency internet. Microsoft helped protect Ukrainian servers. Google blocked disinformation and attacks. Amazon Web Services migrated 27 petabytes of Ukrainian government data to the cloud in days. Ukraine didn't just build a cyber army, they built global cyber alliances. One of the bloodiest battles of the war was for a city called Bakhmut. While soldiers fought in the streets, cyber warriors flooded Russian networks with misinformation. They intercepted radio communications. They jammed systems. They even used drone footage to post geolocations in real time. It was the first time in modern history that ground war and cyber war were this synchronized, and it worked. Russia was forced to change tactics, because every time they moved, someone online was watching, recording, hacking, leaking. Behind the scenes, names don't always get mentioned, but the people behind Ukraine's cyber success include white hat hackers who used to work in tech but now fight full-time, teenage coders who run digital tracking scripts and take down fake websites, cybersecurity companies that used to be private but now share everything with the government, Ethical hackers from Europe and the US volunteering their skills from abroad, even grandmas who report Russian positions via smartphone apps. This was a people's cyber war. Ukraine didn't just rely on humans, they used cutting-edge tools too. AI-powered facial recognition to ID captured soldiers, drones with GPS jamming tech, signal interceptors to listen in on Russian communications, crowdsourced mobile apps like Dia, where civilians could report movements, OSINT, open-source intelligence to track military activity via TikTok and Telegram. They made cyber tools as powerful as tanks, and in many cases, even more deadly. Ukraine has taught the world one massive lesson. Modern war is hybrid. It's fought with missiles and malware, with tanks and tweets, with code and courage. Countries are now racing to follow Ukraine's model. Estonia, Lithuania, Poland, nations that share Russia as a neighbor, are investing heavily in cyber defense units. Even the US and NATO are retraining soldiers with digital skills. Because after Ukraine, one thing is clear. The next global conflict will be won in cyberspace. This war will end, but Ukraine's digital revolution won't. They're already planning. Tech schools for veterans, government-funded cyber programs, open-source military tools, a new vision for digital Ukraine that runs on blockchain, cloud, and total transparency. They don't just want to be good at cyber defense, they want to lead the world in digital transformation. And if what they've already done is any clue, they just might pull it off. No one expected Ukraine to become a cyber giant. But from blackouts to botnets, they learned fast. They took every attack and turned it into innovation. Today, their story is more than just survival. It's a blueprint for how small nations can fight big powers and win. One line of code at a time. If you enjoy our journey, please like and subscribe to our channel. And if you like our content and want to support me, you are welcome to buy me a coffee. The link is in the description box below.